That's gonna be the first thing that pops into. That's what you know.
YOLO, nigga.
I'm keeping all that shit. All right, hello. Welcome in. This is the Birds of a Feather Betting Pod with your boy Qcity.
Your boy Taj Bravado.
And this is the divisional round. We are at the point where there are only 7 games left in the NFL season. So we got to get this betting in when we can, man. This is
sad, man.
Yeah, football season almost over, man.
Like lower your energy when you say that, man. That's some hurtful news. My heart can't take that, man.
Hey, look, if you're a real degenerate,
the Falcons just wasted all of it.
Hey, look, if you're a real degenerate, you can get on this spring football.
Hold on. I'm not that much of a degenerate.
I tell it, bro. I'm really thinking this USFL thing is going to be good. We'll get into it in the city talk tomorrow. Let's bet and pod.
He's trying to sway me. He's trying to sway me, but I'm not going.
I feel like it's literally just like a step up from college football, and it's like anything that the NBA does, the NFL does better. Like you see how the NBA is trying to promote the G League. I feel like this is just going to be like the G League of the NFL.
I mean, but the NFL has done this before in a sense. It just was called NFL Europe.
Yeah, and I think that the National Football League has enough of a fan base and marketplace that they're able to cross overseas without having actual station teams over there. And there's a rabid, want for it in the States. And you got to look at where a lot of these teams are. Mississippi, Alabama, no pro teams. Memphis, no pro team. Like people be like, oh, the Titans are in Tennessee. I live right around Nashville. Memphis is 4 hours that way. Like that's a whole nother team.
It
is. So they're putting it in
Nashville. It's basically a whole different state.
It's slick. So like when you look at it, they're putting it in places. They're putting it in places that have a thirst, have a hunger for football. So I don't know. We'll get into it. We'll see how it looks. I actually wanted to get into City Talk. We talk about niche sports, but we'll talk about that. Y'all come back for the Falcons pod. Now, let's get into the betting pod. We ended the regular season pretty decent, right? So I was 23-20. You were 17-21. Your week went bananas. Let's just call it what it is. Came into the week at 17-21. So first one, Houston moneyline Cleveland, called it. Green Bay moneyline Dallas, called it. Detroit moneyline LA, called it. Buffalo moneyline Pittsburgh, called it. Tampa Bay moneyline Philly. Your only miss is Miami moneyline KC, right? I don't know why you chose Miami, but
I had to throw y'all so y'all don't know I know the future.
So 5-1 for the week. Ended the week 22-22. Man, you was on a heater, bro. You was on something special this week. That was a good week. Turned that record right around in terms of the games. I entered the week 23-20. I had Houston. I took Green Bay +7. They won outright. I took KC -4.5. I figured they would cover that, so I won that one. But then my 3 losses, I had LA beating Detroit. I had Pittsburgh +10 versus Buffalo. We're going to get into that one. And then I chose Philly. But Philly ain't even choose Philly. Them niggas ain't even get off the bus. So, no, for real, dog. Like, Philly ain't choose Philly. So, we'll take it from the top. Houston, moneyline, Cleveland. Joe Flacco threw that game away, bro. He just threw that game away. And Houston was able to capitalize on it, but both of us was on the fact that Houston won that game, bro.
Yeah, but the thing with Joe Flacco is, it's like, yes, he's had an exciting run, but I guess people were overlooking how many damn interceptions he was throwing.
Mm-hmm.
In 4 or 5 games, he threw 8 picks. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, he threw more touchdowns, but the bottom was bound to fall out.
And I think I don't even think this is free promo. It's Unc. Everybody listens to Shannon Sharp. So, but he was like turnovers count for double in the playoffs, and that was a really good statement. the possessions are shortened, the game is shortened, right? Every play kind of does count for more. So if you turn the ball over, that 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 does count for double. You turn the ball over and they score a touchdown in the same play. It's I don't know the history, I don't know the stats, but I can't think of too many teams that allow a defensive touchdown in a playoff game and still win the game.
Yeah.
The record is really really low.
That just took me to a dark place, man.
Oh well, yeah, no, there's one team. There's one team. There's one team that popped off the top of my head, 28-3. Like that's yeah. But
yeah, you had to say all that. You had to say all that.
hey, I was thinking, man. Like I don't know the record, but it's like that usually doesn't happen. But that game was, it is what it is. So, but Houston was the better team there. I think Cleveland's defense may have been a bit overrated. If you look and you really delve into the numbers, they weren't playing many playoff teams or playoff quarterbacks, but they had number one ranked defense. They played good. CJ is just that boy. CJ one of them boys, dog. And he was able to put it on him.
As much as I love CJ, I'm still going to continuously be like, you need to give Slowick his credit because he was throwing to some wide open people.
Yeah, Slowick was able to dial it up. Honestly, I think the best thing for the Texans is to keep him for another week. Right? So, like, if they win this week versus Baltimore, he's not allowed to interview still. You know what I'm saying? And so he could miss out on certain coaching jobs. You look, the Raiders just finalized.
He'll be able to interview.
He'll
be able to interview this week.
Virtually. Only virtually.
Virtually, yeah. This week.
Yeah, only virtually.
This will be his first opportunity to.
Yeah, he won't be able to do any in-person interviews. And if they win, they hold him again. So, like, you keep him with CJ Stroud another year, that might be something crazy. You know what I'm saying?
That's actually in the best benefit of CJ, so you don't have to switch the offense up again.
Yeah. So Houston was able to beat Cleveland. Now, let's go to Philly and Tampa. Bro, Philly didn't even get off the bus, dog. And I stand on that. Philly didn't get off the bus. That game was disrespectful to watch in the grand scheme of things. Like, you took my Monday evening, bro. Like,
yeah,
I don't even believe that Tampa is that good. Like, not that they're bad, but they're not that good.
No, I agree. But it's not that Philly didn't get off the bus. It's that the coaching staff just didn't do nothing. Like, Tampa Bay pretty much just disrespectfully man-blitzed you and pressed to say, you not beating us.
The whole time. Bowles did not change his defense the whole game. He did not change his defense.
He said he was on some ski mask up. We right here. What's up?
And didn't move, bro. He did. He went press man, blitz, and linebacker the whole game. He literally went on Madden, like, pressed X for the same defense and then just press triangle over and over and over again. Whatever a blitz was, I might square R2 it and flip the play so I could bring the other linebacker, but I'm bringing one backer, press man, two shell safety the whole game. And Philly didn't change nothing, bro. They did not run a different play.
They threw the slant.
The whole time.
They threw a slant. One time, got a first down, and said, nah, we won't do that again.
And the crazy part about it, bro, is, like, really, Tampa could have had that game over in, like, the first quarter, bro. They dropped two touchdowns. Like, that was the saddest performance I saw from Philly, bro. That was the saddest performance I saw from Philly.
The writing was on the wall. Them lads, 6 out of 7 they lost.
Yeah, they lost 6 out of 7, but they lost 5 out of 6 coming into this game.
Because so they was started out 10-1. People was like, oh, the Eagles. I'm just like, I've been trying to tell you the whole season. I didn't believe it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It was coming. I like Philly, but it was coming.
It reminded me a little
And
bit
it
of
came
that
at the right
Vikings
time.
team. That Vikings team and that Steeler team that had a bunch of one-score wins or whatever.
The Steelers team for sure,
Yeah.
because they started out 11-0,
Yeah.
and the bottom fell out to the
Yeah.
Browns.
And I think a good part of that, what
Ironically, to a Baker Mayfield led team.
it's crazy how that worked, bro. It's crazy how that worked. And then Baker got washed in the second round. So
Playoff Baker?
Baker got washed in the second round. Washed and rinsed by the Chiefs. Washed and rinsed by the Chiefs, bro. And so that goes a little bit into my betting philosophy for this week. But regardless, now you look at it, man, it's just, I understood they kept, right? So me and you, we don't have a daily show. We don't make enough yet for this to be our full-time daily show. So we get the benefit of seeing the whole week, right? And like they're keeping Sirianni. He's going to meet with the owners and discuss like, hey, this is my plan for the offense. This is my plan for the defense. These are the coordinators we're going to bring in, et cetera, and all this, right? I know he just had a Super Bowl last year. I get that 100%. And I have bad days at my job. I had bad weeks at my job. So I don't want to call for nobody else's job, bro. It is very, very hard for me to continue. Like if I was in the owner spot, to keep him employed after seeing what I saw down the stretch and then ultimately in that playoff game. They look like they were not even playing in that game.
I think a lot of that just depends on what he's going to do with the coordinator spots. Because it's like, yeah, you have a very talented team, but you did lose your offensive and defensive coordinator. And
you hired the wrong guys.
If you're not able
You hired the wrong guys on both sides. You hired the wrong guys, and that happens. You know what I'm saying? But like, you're an offensive guy, so like, why argue that dependent on an offensive coordinator? Sirianni is an offensive guy. Nick said
he never called plays.
Yes, he did. He called plays. He called plays the first half of the first season that they went 9-7 until he gave the play calling over to Shane Steichen.
And then Steichen took the offense to where it was.
Yeah.
So he ain't a good play caller.
He's not a good play caller. You're supposed to be an offensive guy. You're not good on the offensive side of the ball, and you can't really function on the defensive side of the ball.
They look at him more like a CEO coach, though. Like he's not really the. Did you freeze? Did I freeze? I don't
yeah, you did. You froze for a second.
Okay.
But I'll cut that out. So go ahead. You were saying.
I mean, he just seems like the CEO coach, and I don't know if he's quite up to par where he should be with that.
I look at it, bro, like, you want a CEO coach that's 42? You want a CEO coach that's 42, 43?
Okay.
I like a CEO coach. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's only 42.
That's tough to be CEO coach, man.
Offensive quality. So he can't. So he's technically a Andy Reid guy. Technically.
Yeah. You know Philly stays up under the Andy Reid tree, bro. They're not going too far from Andy.
Because he was under Andy for a good little bit. And
the one person they went outside of Andy was Chip Kelly, and it went terribly. So then they got Doug Peterson, won a Super Bowl. They got Nick Sirianni, went to the Super Bowl. Like, they're not straying too far from Andy, bro.
It's a shame what they did to him. But, yeah.
I mean, the reason Andy got fired. No, the reason Andy got fired was the reason I would think Shane Steichen got fired. Because the reason Andy got fired is the reason Doug Peterson got fired, is the reason why you would think Sirianni would get fired. Because, like, the Eagles have always kept super high standards on their coaches. And, like, a Super Bowl appearance doesn't save you. Hell, a Super Bowl win doesn't save you from just, like, a really bad season. And, like, you could look at the record and say this was an 11-7 season. But this was a really bad season because of how it started and just the nosedive that you took. And losing two coordinators, yes, there's some brain drain there. I get that. That's tough. That's hard. Like, you hired the wrong guys. Brian Johnson, he's out of a job. And I don't know him personally. I'm not saying anything against him. Like, the Lions is my second team. Patricia is terrible. He's terrible defensively from, like, outside of the Bill Belichick, he's terrible defensively as well. So, like, I don't understand why you thought making him the defensive coordinator. You publicly embarrassed Sean Desai, so, like, he's not going to be on your coaching staff.
Sean, that shit was bad, though.
It was, but
you had to do something.
He's not going to be on your staff next year. So, like, you basically clearing house on both sides of the ball.
I mean, yeah, but you had to make a move for Sean Desai. That you got the talent, and the drop off was crazy.
Yeah, the drop off was like Bradbury went from an all pro to like barbecue chicken. Like, it was tough.
Well, he went back to himself.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It's like the sacks went from 70 to like 35. Like, they didn't crack 40 sacks this year. You know what I'm saying? So like and for the
Jalen Carter truth is we have more sacks than the Eagles.
Yeah, no. Now, to be fair, Jalen Carter had far more quarterback pressure.
He had a great he had a great season.
Yeah.
50 quarterback pressure.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
He had a bananas in quarterback pressure. He was actually one of the.
We're not going to sack the quarterback without Jalen Carter. We have more sacks.
Yeah, no, we did. You know what I'm saying? Now, would I have loved Jalen Carter? Absolutely. Right? Absolutely.
But we have more sacks.
And we had Bijan, who, was used as a decoy. Decoy half the year, but it's still good. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I just think it's going to be very hard on both sides of the ball. I thought he'd be let go, but he's not. Somebody else we thought would be let go. Now, you had the kahunas to choose, Green Bay money line Dallas. I took +7. Right? I took +7 because I ain't had the stomach for it. I thought Green Bay was going to keep it close. Super interesting stat. Green Bay has more playoff wins in Dallas than Dallas does in Dallas in the new stadium. In Jerry's world, Green Bay has 3 wins.
I love
Dallas has 2. That is crazy work. That's crazy work, bro.
I love it.
But yeah, no, I didn't have it for Green Bay. I didn't have it for Green Bay to go all the way in, but I knew they was gonna keep it close. That's why I did +7. But nah, you picked that one. You picked that one, and you had it. You had a beat on them. One thing that
you see that?
Well,
Jordan just threw another touchdown.
Not for real, bro. He was saucing them up, bro. And like, I think the most disrespectful thing about that game is that it ended at 16 points, because it would lead you to believe that the Cowboys had any chance in that game. Like,
yeah.
What was it, 20?
That game went as close as the score.
Bro, it was 35-7 at one point, bro. That game wasn't close at all. At all. They beat the brakes off the Cowboys, dog. And I thought, like, that's going to cost McCarthy his job, bro. But hey, they keeping him. You know what I'm saying? And
well, I think he only kept him because Bill said he didn't want to go. So.
I'm guessing that had a lot to do with it. It looks like Bill's going to be our next coach. We'll get into that in the Falcons Talk tomorrow on the Falcons Pod. But yeah, no, Green Bay beat the brakes off them. Now, the Detroit-LA game, that was a nice game, bro. That was
best game of the week easily.
Slick. McVay escaped a lot of criticism, bro, for how he handled his timeout situation, bro. Because he was burning through his timeouts, didn't have nothing left at the end of the game, and that allowed Jared Goff to make the pass that ended the game. If you had your timeouts in that situation with the 2-minute warning, you're forcing them to make 2 first downs. You basically put them in a short third and 6, third and 5, something like that, and had Jared Goff throw for a first down. It's game. You know what I'm saying? This game. You had no other way to stop the clock, and it's because like you're burning them because Matt Stafford can't get the play in time. Like, bro, take the 5 yards. Take the 5 yards. Like, and it was a close game throughout. It's not like you were saving them to come back. You know what I'm saying? Late or anything. Like you had the lead and was burning timeouts, bro. Like that's he slick evades a lot of criticism, but you know, like he's Godfather then. He got the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Been to 2, got 1. He's a big game coach. You know what I'm saying? Hadn't had a super bad season, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I understand it. I just think that like he escaped a lot of criticism for how he handled that game.
He did. That's fair. Wow. Yeah, he did.
And maybe I was just super critical of it because I was on LA on that one. But ultimately, I just think him being in that position was a testament to his great coaching because no one had the Rams this year. No, if there was a second team coming out of the NFC West, everybody would have told you it was Seattle.
Yeah, because when the season started, everyone was like, "Hey, yeah, so we can't wait to see Caleb Williams in that Sean McVay offense."
Yeah,
they had them rolled off for the number 1 pick.
Yeah, like it was just automatically put it. Now I will tell you, when we get into draft talk, I consider them to be possible movers. If somebody like Penix falls or Bo Nix or somebody they just fall in love with,
they're not gonna have to trade them for them.
I don't think they should. But if there's somebody to fall in love with and there's a run on it, I see them possibly being somebody who moves up to get their guy. Because right now they're slotted to pick at 22.
Penix will be there.
I feel like one of them will be there. It depends on who they like. Right? So what if they don't like Penix? What if they don't like Penix? What if they just absolutely love Bo Nix? And there's 2 other teams that love Bo Nix. You never know. Hell, he took Stetson Bennett last year. You know what I'm saying? So the age thing doesn't really scare him off.
The 4th round.
Yeah, but I'm saying
fourth round.
The age thing don't really scare him off.
That no, age is fine when you're not taking it in the 1st round.
Nah,
you can't compare those circumstances. It's the investment.
Nah. Stetson was undraftable to me. So like picking him in any round was crazy.
I mean, but I can see why they would in the 4th round. Because Stetson went in the backcourt.
Who did we get in the 4th round?
He's just old.
Didn't we get a starting quarter in the 4th round?
I mean, yeah, but
so like the fourth round pick is still valuable.
Okay. How many people got starters?
I mean,
out of 32 teams, how many people got a starter? The chances you getting a starter ain't like you said like you guaranteed to get a starter. Like it's a luck thing at that.
If you want to look up starter
darts at that point,
not necessarily. Like you starter rotational.
In the day 3 picks is dart throws. They're mostly special teams guys.
I can still see a rotational guy.
Maybe I
can still see a rotational guy within the 4th round. Now, when you get to 6 and 7, okay, yeah, bro, we just throwing it at the wall, seeing what sticks. But like, especially where you are in the 4th round, like, because they picked high in every round. So like, you really could get some people you had 3rd round grades on.
Good, but dart throws. Yeah. Day 3 picks hella good dart throws because the thing is, when it comes to day 3, like the board is all out of place at that because at that point they're just taking guys that they just like, whether they could be. Excuse me. They're just taking guys that they like, whether it could be.
Gotta lay off the cocaine, bro.
7th round talent or whatever. The board, like when you get to day 3, the board is all over the place. Like, because all the time when you're watching the draft, you be like, oh, well, I didn't have this guy going here. I didn't have like. Day 3 is wild because like all the players that you think, oh yeah, this guy, he's the top on board, and these guys keep on dropping, and then you hear these names that you like, well, I don't know who this is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, Stetson Bennett was undraftable to me. Like he was UDFA for me. You know what I'm saying? So the fact he was taken in the 4th round is like wow. But getting to our next game. Pittsburgh +10 versus Buffalo. Now, You had Buffalo money line Pittsburgh. I knew the Buffalo was going to win. I just had faith that Pittsburgh was going to keep it close. And in all actuality, they did keep it close until this man broke through a Minka Fitzpatrick tackle and shimmied his way into the end zone. And then there was Pittsburgh's whole offensive setup on the last two drives was just disrespectful to the game of football, bro. Like no clock management, no time management, no shots to the end zone side of the field. Like it was, there's no reason they shouldn't have backdoor covered that. There's no reason they shouldn't have backdoor covered it. And like it's not just the money, but it's the fact that like I felt like I was on the right side of that one, and y'all screwed me just because like y'all are y'all offensively.
I mean, I knew what was going to happen.
I mean, I knew Buffalo was gonna win. Don't get me wrong, I knew Buffalo was gonna win. I wasn't saying Buffalo was gonna lose or anything, but Pittsburgh should have covered the plus 10. You be real, be real. Pittsburgh should have covered the plus 10. Now, if Mitch Trubisky or Kenny Pickett was in the game, I would have went straight up Buffalo. But Mason Rudolph had been on a little heater. But just the play calling.
Then he turned back into himself.
Yeah. But I expected Buffalo to win. Bro. Yeah. Like Pittsburgh missing TJ Watt, like they weren't gonna lose. There's no reason you couldn't muster 17 points. Especially how that game unfolded.
I mean, Buffalo does have a good defense. And like, it made sense. Like, it made sense. The score made perfect sense to me.
Oh, incoming Kenny Pickett slander, by the way. I just got to go ahead and get that.
No, I mean, there ain't no slander to come because he got his job back. So.
No, he didn't. Tomlin said they are going to. He said there's going to be a competition.
Man, that man gonna be starting.
Competition, bro. If we are sitting here at the beginning of the season, he get beat off by Mason Rudolph, just know.
Mason Rudolph probably ain't gonna be on the roster.
Well, I don't know because they did pay Trubisky and that shit looks terrible right now. Yeah. But
they got to figure out the offensive guys first before they even.
True. And Kenny Pickett might look better in a different offense. I give you that. Still don't think he has a good arm or anything. Now,
I never said he had a good arm.
Your only loss of the week is you took the South Beach Miami Dolphins to go up into negative temperatures in Kansas City and win that game.
See, look, I had to throw y'all off. Like, I had to throw y'all off. Like, I don't want y'all to think I don't know the future because I do.
But. I had KC minus 4.5. That was the easiest bet of the week. Like, it was, bro. Miami just looked.
It was all the other bets were whooping your ass.
Yeah, hey, look, man. Hey, I was 3-3. It's 500 week, bro. It's a 500 week.
500. I mean, it's 500, but hey,
it's 500 week, bro. And to keep it a bean, I felt like I was on the right side of Pittsburgh, Buffalo. So like the Philly, I was on the complete wrong side. In LA, I money lined them, but the spread was what 4.5.
That was a coin flip.
Yeah, it was a coin flip game, so I don't feel like I was on the wrong side of any of these. Outside of Philly, I was just.
But you were.
I was on the complete wrong side of that shit.
But you were.
Though. I was.
Hey, almost only counts in horseshoes.
And hand grenades. I feel you. But
right.
I mean, like I stick with my betting philosophy. It's done me well this season, 26 and 23. You know what I'm saying? Like it's done me well this season. I wouldn't. If you took me back to last week, I would make the exact same picks. Like every one of these picks followed my philosophies. So like, it's 500 a week. But yeah, Miami, they have a decision to make. A serious decision to make. And I don't know what it's going to end up being, but If you can't play in that temperature, New England ain't gonna stay down forever. Buffalo, if you got to play there, that's gonna be an issue. Joe Shiesty finna come back. If you got to go up to Cincy and play, Kansas City ain't going nowhere. Like Baltimore gets cold as hell. If Deshaun ever figures it out in Cleveland, like your only path to the Super Bowl is to be the 1 seed and have them all come to you and try to beat them, in a track race, in a track meet. Because your quarterback cannot play in cold weather. Your team can't play in cold weather. And this goes back to that Buffalo game, bro. Them losing that 2 seed sealed their fate for what this postseason was going to be. And honestly, I think it cost Tua a good bit of money, bro.
Yeah, but they said they're gonna pay him anyway, so.
I think they're gonna do something, but that 45, 50 million, he not seeing that.
He gonna get the 45 just because he gonna see 45. If Daniel Jones getting 40, he getting 45.
But Daniel Jones is a bad contract.
Yeah, but the thing is that's what it's gonna be. He's gonna get 45.
No.
You don't gotta agree with it, but that's what's gonna happen.
I don't know. We're gonna get into salary cap. That's gonna be part of our off season, especially around the free agency thing. But just I would struggle paying him that much. And I like Tua, bro. I would struggle paying him that much.
I understand it. It's just due to the nature of the quarterback position, he gonna get that. Like someone was arguing with me on Twitter talking about the Kirk Cousins ain't gonna get over $30 million.
Oh, what the hell? Hey, bro, I don't pick up the phone for less than that, bro. To be honest, I'll pick up the phone for less than like 35. Like less than 35. I ain't even picking up the phone, big dog. How you get this number? How did you get this number, Doug?
Right. You got someone else in your phone named Kirk, because it can't be me.
It can't be.
My name is Kirk Cash Money Cousins.
Yeah, less than
Kirko Chain.
That was 30 mil. Like, stop it. That's a start of the negotiations. Like, nah.
30.
Whose man's is this? Like, yes. But in all truth and honesty, I'm fine with my 3-3 week, 26-23. You completely turned your record around 22-22. We got 7 games left in the season. Let's get into this week, right? Bro, I feel like we're going to be on time this week. I may have cursed it by saying it out loud, but I feel like it. Anyway.
We already at 30 minutes.
Yeah, but I said 45. I feel like.
All right, you're right.
Anyway. All right, so we're going to start on that Baker in the second round. Baker actually had a decent game in the second round, but he got beat in the second half by a backup quarterback in his last divisional playoff game. The divisional round is kind of like the best round of football because, like, ain't no bad teams left, bro. Ain't no bad teams. Ain't stuff you gotta worry or think about. Like, these are good teams. Like, usually bad teams don't make it to the divisional round. Yeah. So I got Detroit money line.
Every now and then you get lucky.
I got Detroit money line Tampa. You got Tampa money line Detroit. We on opposite sides of this one. Just to be honest with you, I think Detroit's riding a bunch of momentum. They're at home. Now, Bowles blitzes and Jared doesn't handle pressure well. Most QBs don't. But I do think that Detroit has the weapons to, one, beat the press and force Bowles to do something different on defense that he didn't have to do last week.
Well, because with a player like Jameis Winston, whether he had a protection or not, you can't really just recklessly blitz because if he gets bashed you, that's pretty much a wrap.
That's 6, yeah.
No one on your team can keep up with him.
No.
So you have to be more strategic because if you miss that press, that's not a forgiving miss.
And then you even look at the middle of the field. You blitz a linebacker and you leave that spot open. Sam Laporta has been eating. He has been eating.
Yeah, see, Detroit will attack the middle of the field. They will do what Philly didn't do and hit the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So, This is going to be a much more nuanced game because I just felt like Tampa didn't respect the play calling of Philly, and it showed.
It showed. It showed. He
Much
didn't
yeah,
change personnel, bro. He didn't change personnel for like 90% of that game. Like,
so Ben Johnson's a much better and more nuanced play caller, so he's going to make him play. So this is going to be a much more of a chess match this week.
and on the defensive end, Aaron Glenn has been having a decent season, right? They've got Hutchinson, they've got the guy in the middle that they drafted in like the 3rd or 4th round this year.
Ali Manil.
Yeah, he's been playing really well. And so, like, that line has been able to generate a little bit of pressure. Baker's got great feel for when to run, when to not, which is something I wouldn't have thought I said about Baker after his first year. But he has developed really good feel.
These are two of the better offensive lines left in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be an interesting match. This should be one of the churches. Whoever decides to not bring the lunch to work today, don't get punched in the mouth.
But
this is gonna be a lunch bell game.
To just be completely fair, Detroit secondary is Swiss cheese. So like, if they can't generate pressure, the day is going to be long. Yeah, the day is going to be long.
Mike Evans is going to cook because Baker's going to feed Mike Evans, and he's shown he will. He has no reservations about doing it.
Yeah, man, he down there somewhere. He down there somewhere, bro.
He said, "Who that? Man, you can't guard him."
Yeah. So I still have faith in it. But we're on opposite sides of that one. We're not on opposite sides on these two, but like, you just have more faith in the underdogs here. So I've got Houston plus 9.5 versus Baltimore. You took a money line. You had him at 9.5, but then you just decided to sit it on the table and go. give me the money line versus the
big boy moves.
Yeah, nah, I can't. I think they're going to keep it close. I think this is a drastically different team than they faced in week 1. This is a different quarterback than y'all faced in week 1. But I just don't think that Houston's going to win.
Like, look, CJ about to go on the ball. He's like, "What up, Lamar?" They're going to go for that, but he going to snatch his chain.
I don't know, man. Like, Lamar has shown great ability to move, to throw the ball accurately. I actually think that his tight end coming back might hurt the offense, a little more than it helps it.
He's not.
Oh, he's not going to play?
He's not playing this week.
They designated him for return, so maybe that leaves him open for next week.
Yeah, but he didn't come back. They probably next week. But I mean, they ain't playing next week, so.
You're a wild man. So, like I said, that one's coming up 3:30 on Saturday, so we're gonna be able to see that one. I think that game's gonna surprise a lot of people. I see it coming down to a Justin Tucker field goal, to be honest with you. I do think the Ravens jump all over him in the first half, but Houston has comeback in him.
One of these, he throw it. That's all you gonna see.
Nah.
You gonna throw the touchdown?
Plus, I think I can't take any more Lamar slander. I honestly look.
I know I'm not slandering Lamar. He gonna have a great game. It's just
I just like everybody want to bring up the playoff record and stuff. I can't do it with Lamar. Lamar, go ahead. You've got to take this. You got to go on. Like, you can't have no duds. You got to be in the AFC Championship game, bro. You got to be in the AFC Championship game. You lose to Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen in the AFC Championship game, I don't think anybody has any slander on you. But you lose as the number 1 seed in the divisional round to a rookie QB, everybody gonna put you at tier 2 when I clearly think you tier 1. I still got, obviously.
Oh, no, he's tier 1. There's no debate about
it. Yeah, Pat is tier S, to be honest with you. He just really like beyond blame.
Pat is just he his own tier. Like,
yeah,
it's Pat and then everybody else.
It's Pat, but I think that Lamar is in Joe Burrow, Josh Allen category, and like a lot of people don't. And I'm like, y'all not really seeing the whole picture. Like, the man gonna have 2 MVPs. You know what I'm saying? Multiple
potentially,
yeah. He winning that MVP, bro. Dak's not getting the MVP. Josh ain't getting the MVP. with his amount of turnovers. It's not happening. The only person that could be maybe a co-MVP is CMC, but nah.
We'll see.
So the other one, once again, I took Green Bay plus 10. I definitely think they're going to keep it close versus the 49ers. I I'm gonna say it quietly. I'm gonna say it quietly, but I don't think I trust Shanahan in big games. I'm just saying.
I don't either.
I'm just saying, bro.
He has quite the track record in big games.
And people, oh, you're Falcons fan, 28.
Choke artist, if you might say.
Yeah, people, oh, you Falcons fans, you 28-3. Like, no, 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 big dog. No. Everybody talks about, everybody talks about Jimmy Garoppolo only throwing 7 passes in that game versus Green Bay, right? But like, oh yeah, no, they ran the ball or whatever. It talks to the fact that he gets very, very, since he left the Falcons and had that like epic collapse, super tight and conservative with his play calling in big games. And it bit him in the ass versus the Chiefs. There's nothing he could have did versus the 49ers. Like that just, it is what it is. But it cost him versus the Rams too. And people don't like to talk about the fact that the Rams Super Bowl run was only surfaced by the fact that like Kyle kind of crapped the bed in that game, bro. I don't necessarily trust him in big games, and I think this game is going to be way closer than people think. And so I got Green Bay plus 10, but once again, you just decided to lay it all out there, and you go money line Green Bay.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do.
I don't know if I can go full money line.
I feel like it's too much hype in like LaFleur. He's going LaFleur and Shanahan don't like each other. Like they work together, but they don't like each other. So like this game is gonna be possibly the best game of the week. The only game I can see probably competing with it is the Texans Ravens game. But this is probably my game of the week. I just think that Jordan because like Jordan Love's last 9 games, right? He's thrown 21 touchdowns, only 1 interception. He's been on an unreal level of play.
Oof. That boy cooking with gas. That boy I ain't know it was like, I knew he was throwing a lot of picks early in the year. But damn, I ain't realized it was, but now hold on. Well, nah, because even the Cowboys game, what was it, 3 touchdowns? It's only 3 touchdowns. So you came in 18-1, bro. Like no way. You been cooking. You been cooking. But that man been cooking with gas, nigga. Like just Jesus. So like, I knew he was throwing.
He's the hottest quarterback in the play. He's the hottest quarterback in the playoffs right now. Whether you want to acknowledge that, he's the hottest one in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, boy.
That offense is humming beautifully.
But San Fran does have the corners to lock that down, right? Obviously, they both know this offense in and out.
I don't know if they got the corners to lock it down. They got the front 4 to cause issues.
Yeah, 100%.
They have one corner. They have one cornerback, I believe, and that's Trevius Ward. The other one, they okay.
Now, to be fair, that line does struggle more with mobile quarterbacks than you would like to see out of a dominant defensive line, which I think opens up the ability for this game to possibly go Green Bay's way. But I can't see it. I can't see them winning today.
See, this is the thing, like, because their offenses are very similar.
Yeah, they both know each other's offense in and out.
Yeah. So, but the thing that makes these offenses so difficult to defend and it's so hard on the Patriots is because everything looks the same. Runs, passes, they all look the same. So, like, you really can't truly pin your ears back into the field because you might go too far out in the field and leave a wide open running lane because they will run the ball.
Green Bay will
So
run the
let's
ball.
let's
Green Bay will run the ball.
so so like
My my
this
only
game.
my only take back is that Green Bay's defense is don't let Dallas like no show. Let y'all not see the Green Bay's defense has been hella fugazi
Oh yeah, for
for a
sure.
good bit of the year.
It is, but the thing is, all you in the playoffs, all you need is just the opportune stop. That's all you need.
Yeah,
If the offense, if one side of the ball is doing, all you need is opportunity,
and
and that's what the Packers did versus the Cowboys. They took advantage of those
yeah,
opportunities.
you just need a Purdy meltdown. That's all you need. One Purdy meltdown.
Yeah,
And then the last game, it's just it's a coin flip game. I don't feel good. I'm picking KC. You pick KC, but like it's a 2.5 spread, right in Buffalo.
yeah,
This is a
it
coin
can
flip.
literally go either
This
way.
is a coin flip, bro. Like, this game might be a 1 point game. It might be a overtime game. Buffalo could stomp them. KC could stomp them. I couldn't tell you. It just
Yeah, it could literally go anyway.
yeah. So I think this is the game. I'm just kind of more so just going to be excited to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I find myself rooting for Patrick Mahomes more than not. Not that I don't want to see Josh Allen. I actually saw a very, very good what's it called? A very good analogy for Josh Allen, right? Because like a lot of people have said, like, oh, if he doesn't win this game, when is he gonna win? Right? Tell me what you think about this. So, and I'm kind of mixing in their analogy with how my mind has already been working. When I think Peyton and Tom, right? And I kind of relate it to NBA terms. I more so look at them as Bird and Magic, right? Like save the league. Not that the league was in a bad spot, but really took that league to a new level, right? Brady kept going, but like Magic was gonna keep going without Bird. He just caught AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Well, HIV. You know what I'm saying? Like his career was cut short, but Magic's game and play style could have lasted all through the 90s. You know what I'm saying? But he was cut short. You look at Tom, he wasn't cut short. So he was able to just like elongate and play with different iterations or whatever, right? So he's like Magic if Magic wasn't forced to retire. Pat is like Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like he's kind of like that face, that's that ultimate winner. And he's winning at a super high level, right? And while Jordan, while Jordan was there, nobody else said, I don't believe that's necessarily true, right? When I look at somebody like Lamar, I think about him as somebody like Hakeem, right? Who's going to break through for a little bit, maybe get one or get two on his watch. Josh Allen, why everybody wants to put him up there and him be that next guy, like he could end up being Patrick Ewing. He could end up being Dominique Wilkins. Just somebody who never could get past Jordan because he was in the same conference. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if he doesn't win this game, he kind of solidifies himself into that role. Because Joe Burrow has shown, I can get past you. I can get past you.
Burrow's he's Larry Bird.
Yeah, 100%. Like I can get past you. Josh hadn't shown it, and if he doesn't win this game, I think it makes it very, very difficult for anyone to ever choose him in the future beating Pat. Because like people want to say like
Yeah,
with Peyton and Tom,
I
okay,
actually like this analogy.
yeah,
I actually like this analogy because Tom Brady, Bill Russell.
slick, slick. You might have to take it a little further back, yeah. But like people want to talk about like Peyton with Tom, right? After Peyton beat Tom, he never lost to him again in the playoffs. Once he figured it out and he beat him, like people think about Tom and Peyton. He's got a 3-2 record versus Tom. The first two were just really, really bad. So that's what, Peyton can't beat Tom. Once he beat him in 06, he never lost to him again in the playoffs. Retired, like beating Tom. Pat, he never got past Tom, right? Like he never got past Tom. There's nothing he can Like Tom can't unretire. He can't fix that. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah, yeah.
is this gonna? I feel like this is really that crossroads for Josh of like, are you gonna beat Pat and then never lose to him again? Are you gonna beat him and actually become a rivalry of like I win one you? Because I feel like rival wise, Joe Burrow is Pat's rival. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah.
he actually won some. Like the Bills ain't won nothing. the Bills ain't won nothing when it matters versus the Chiefs. So I think this I hate the whole legacy talk, but I do think for like moving forward in the future, this game is super critical for Buffalo's really outlook.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's tough. Yeah, it feels like if we don't get it done this year, then it just it might not happen.
Chiefs are down. It's a chill spot. They ain't got no weapons. Like it's
They ain't gonna happen. And watch this be the game where the Chiefs weapons show up.
I just I'm telling you, if they don't win this year, it's gonna be tough. All right, we blew slightly past it, but I feel like we're still close. So anyway, this is me, your boy Qcity.
The boy Taj Bravado.
We out.
Peace.
Oh, hey. I might have to move that. Here's why. You guys, I need y'all. Like, subscribe, uh, rate, do all that. It helps us grow the pod. I really appreciate a bunch of y'all out there, like just sharing it on your Facebook pages and whatnot, Twitter pages. That is extremely helpful. It brings new eyes to the pod. But just in terms of like sponsors and viewership, we need those likes, those rates, those subscribes. So I really, really appreciate y'all. If y'all could do it, let anybody else that you know who would enjoy the talk, enjoy the pod, do it as well. Thank you guys. I really appreciate y'all. And this has been your boy Qcity.
And your boy Taj Bravado.
And we out.